The little widget sitting at the top of Pixel phones just got a lot more powerful, and honestly, it's something Google probably should have added years ago. The at-a-glance widget on Pixel devices can now track sports scores and financial markets directly from your home screen. No apps to open, no searching, no extra steps, just a quick glance, exactly like the name suggests. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. If you've ever used a Pixel phone, you already know how useful at a glance can be. It quietly sits at the top of your home screen, showing helpful information like the weather, upcoming calendar events, flight updates, package deliveries, and even emergency alerts. It's designed to give you the most relevant information at the exact moment you need it. Now, Google is expanding that idea even further by adding two completely new categories, sports and finance. And while it sounds like a small update, it actually makes the widget a lot more useful in everyday life. Think about it. A huge number of people check sports scores or stock prices multiple times a day. Usually that means opening an app, searching for a team, or refreshing a finance page. But with this update, that information can appear automatically at the top of your Pixel screen. Setting it up is surprisingly simple. All you have to do is long press on an empty space near the top of your home screen, right where the at-a-glance widget usually appears. When you do that, a small pop-up menu shows up with a few options. Tap Settings, and you'll see a list of all the types of information the widget can display. Inside that menu, you'll now notice two new categories under the customization section, Sports and Finance. If you toggle Sports on, your Pixel will start showing sports updates directly in the widget. But there's a small note here. Google warns that sports updates can have a slight impact on battery life. That's probably because the phone needs to check live scores and updates regularly. Once the feature is enabled, you can choose exactly which teams you want to follow. There's a search bar at the top where you can type the name of any team you want to track. For example, if you're a hockey fan and want to follow the Florida Panthers, you can simply search for the team and tap Follow. Another way to do it is by browsing through different sports, like football, basketball, or hockey. Tap on a league, for example the NHL, and then select the team you want to follow. From that point on, your Pixel can show live score updates or game information directly in the at-a-glance widget. And if you ever change your mind, removing a team is just as easy. Instead of Follow, you simply tap Unfollow, and the updates disappear from your list. But the other new category might be even more useful for a lot of people. Finance. If you enable the Finance toggle, at a glance can start showing market updates from Google's financial data. That includes stocks, indexes, and market movements. To set it up, you tap the link under the Finance section that opens your watch list. Inside that watch list, there's a small plus icon that lets you add financial symbols. All you have to do is type in the ticker symbol for the stock or index you want to track. For example, you might add something like the S&P 500, NASDAQ, or individual companies you're interested in. Once those are added to your watch list, the widget can show important updates from the market, sometimes even highlighting the biggest percentage movers of the day after markets close. And again, the whole point is convenience. Instead of opening a finance app, scrolling through charts, or refreshing data, you can just glance at your home screen and immediately see how things are moving. What's interesting is that this update feels long overdue. Google has had the at-a-glance widget on Pixel phones for years. In fact, it originally appeared back in 2017 on the Pixel 2 XL. Since then, it's slowly gained more and more features, but sports scores and financial tracking are things many users expected much earlier. Still, it's better late than never, and updates like this show what Google is really trying to do with the Pixel experience. Turn the phone into something that anticipates the information you want before you even ask for it. You don't open an app, you don't search. The information simply appears at the right moment. Of course, at a glance is one of those features people either absolutely love or completely ignore. Some Pixel users disable it immediately because they prefer a cleaner home screen. Others rely on it every single day. But with more categories being added over time, it's slowly becoming one of the most powerful passive information tools on Android. And if Google keeps expanding it with new types of updates, the widget could eventually become something closer to a personal information dashboard right on the home screen. For now, though, the new sports and finance tracking features make at a glance far more practical. Whether you're keeping an eye on tonight's big game or checking how the market performed today, your Pixel can now show that information instantly without you doing anything at all. And honestly, that's exactly what a feature called At a Glance should have been doing all along. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.